Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Our Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide for level 3 Physical Trial of Leviathan. Physical Leviathan is the usual Leviathan EX spell, and we actually still don't really have many physical DPS options because it's just Murasame Cloud, Zack with Monster Hunter gear, and also now Cloud but with the Dragon Quest gear. So Murasame Cloud is still the only free available option, but it is luckily still very much viable, especially now with the Fusion Sword and his Advent Children Anniversary gear. Oh, and actually I completely forgot that Kate Sith has his Physical Lightning Limit Break gear that's also applies on Feeble and can be a nice sub DPS or maybe even DPS depending on the whole team setup. But Naki is also a nice support / healer, being able to provide various buffs, and especially with his limit break gear, buffing lightning damage. But Adult Sephiroth is a very viable support, with Enfeeble coming from his limit break, debuffing magic attack and also applying damage bonus effect. So he might not do a lot of DPS himself, but his abilities will significantly help boosting your DPS. And then Aerith and Matt are pretty much the same, Nolus or Terrorot, Kamura or Matmura, with the exception that on both those weapons, Matt can cast faster because for him both abilities they cost 1 less AB than Aerith's. Matt has Reprieve outfit with Thunder Blizzard to buff lightning damage, Dira players for heals and buffs, Nolus to debuff lightning resistance, heal stat stack, Cura for single target heals, and X Sigil, and then in sub-equipment slots Matt has 2 guild weapons with magic defense for allies, and they both have lightning resistance on them, and the reason for that is that Matt has the lowest HP in the team and he will be targeted by Leviathan's powerful single target attacks. Sephiroth has just any outfit, it doesn't matter, Octa / Enfeeble, Kikui to apply damage bonus effect, Kotetsu to debuff magic attack, Triangle and X Sigil and also a breach materia, and then sub-equipment slot Sephiroth has a guild weapon with magic defense for allies. Cloud has AC outfit with Judgment Bolt, Murasame for DPS, Fusion Sword for attack buffs, Triangle Sigil in boost slot and 2 lightning Ponzi materia, and then sub-equipment slots Cloud has Shockbuster with a little bit more lightning Ponzi. Alright, the opening can be a little bit chaotic, but I recommend focus on debuffing that lightning resistance buff. Nullify and debuff it. Yes, Leviathan will debuff your magic defense, but the most important part is fully depleting his lightning gauge before you get 1 on the countdown, otherwise it's a wipe. But here, after you have at the very least -2 lightning resistance debuff, then only then buff magic defense, and of course you can debuff it to -3, but with Cloud or your DPS just apply buffs, offensive buffs, and then just focus on dealing DPS. And also after each Briny Bellow, Leviathan nullifies or rather buffs his magic attack, so with Sephiroth you have to keep debuffing it. But since Matt gets targeted, sure you can do single target Cura, but because the players gives you +1 AB when Matt is below certain percentage, it's actually you benefit from it. But also whenever you have the limit break ready with Sephiroth to apply Enfeeble, just do it whenever you are not in a sigil phase, because you'll deal quite a lot of extra damage from it, and also you'll take less damage from the tidal wave, because it essentially is -4 magic attack debuff. But after this we'll have our first sigil phase, And it's a long one, because you have to break a lot of X and triangle sigils, but for me, Cloud's solo can pretty much break all of them by himself, and then X sigil with both Matt and Sephiroth. And also, the very good thing about Sephiroth is you can always activate his overspeed to just break a lot of sigils, because his overspeed has a very long duration, and whenever he casts something it consumes only 1 AB, so you cannot run out of ADB on him. Also occasionally, if you want to, you can heal with Matt, or also debuff magic attack of Leviathan if you don't want to take too much damage, but I don't think it's very necessary. I'm just mainly going to cast it once for that physical attack buff. Alright, just a few more here. Actually, I'm just going to already cast the buffs with Cloud, since Sephiroth can finish it off himself. Alright, here. Last. And we are ready for Enfeeble and all the limit breaks. Now let's see how much damage it does, because it matters. Alright, well, the summons don't really do much damage right now in the game, but it depends on how much damage you have inflicted to Leviathan at this point after the stagger. If you have him below 50% HP, you'll go straight to the second sigil phase, but if not, then you'll do a series of Briny Bellows. And right now he did only 1, but he can do 2. It depends on his HP. But now there will be a second sigil phase. But this one is a lot quicker, so you can easily break it. But also, there is also the countdown, so you don't want to sit too long in a sigil phase. But if you have just one character with AB boost, I think that's more than enough. Okay, let's start casting buffs, because we're pretty much good here. So, X sigil, well, doesn't matter, it's just one left. Attack buffs, everything ready. So yeah, let's just cast it. Matt still will need a little bit more for his lightning damage buff. But also the same thing as in the opening, you have to deplete the gauge before you see 1 on the screen on the countdown. But also here, the Gyrospium, it's fine, but after this, so the Gyrospium nullifies or debuffs your magic defense with -3, but those Briny Bellows are very dangerous. With Matt, I don't really worry about it because he has Enfeeble, so I am not really in any danger. Even if he breaks it, it's fine because you still have 10 seconds of invincibility. But I think those Briny Bellows at this point are the most dangerous attacks in the battle. But also the tidal wave, if you broke the lightning gauge in time, you don't have to worry about it. Sure, it will still do some damage, but it won't kill you. Actually, I don't think I am able to... Yeah, I won't kill him in time, so I have to take the hit. Oh no, don't worry. You should cast a second tidal wave. Yeah, that's fine. So, and also this one shouldn't kill you either. But just as a precaution, well, technically I have Judgment Bolt ready to finish him off. But just for the sake of guide, let's just take the second hit. And now it should be fine. Well, technically I wasted that overspeed a little bit, because I could have waited and just do one hit, and now the rest. And that's done. And by the way, I'm not sure, but Leviathan's model, it seems a little bit darker and more dull compared to his intro animation and those other models, so I'm not sure if they just changed that, but it feels off compared to the previous battles. I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but yeah, that's the whole balance, at least for me. Even with Murasame, this battle is much easier because Sephiroth provides so many of those offensive buffs and debuffs. It's crazy. That's even with Murasame compared to the newer physical lightning weapons, it still does a lot of DPS. But yeah, that will be all. So good luck on your own clear, and hopefully you found my guide helpful. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.